What's up everybody? It's your boy Tanner WIDEMAN of Barbarian Body, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get some bigger arms, how we can increase the size of these guns, the biceps and the triceps. By following these tips and these instructions I'm going to give you here, you're going to be able to put on an extra 1 to 1.5 inches easy as hell. Not really easy as hell, but it's going to happen a lot faster than it probably is as of right now. You have to start training these suckers 2 times per week. I recommend you do the first arm workout on Monday, and then you do your second one on Thursday or on Friday. The reason you do this is you got a 2-day gap in between for recovery. Recovery is so important. If you want to build muscle, you need to give the muscle some time to, well, grow and repair. You've broken down all this muscle tissue from an intense workout. You need to give it time to rebuild itself, pump all the oxygenated blood into there, bring all the supplements in there so that it can regrow. So don't do arm workout 1 and then arm workout 2 one day after each other. Give it 2 days rest, but for sure, start training those suckers 2 days in a week. When I did this, arm growth just went huge. Next thing, priority needs to be on your triceps. Every guy thinks that you want big arms, you gotta focus on this guy. This muscle right here, your bicep, this is 1/3 of your arm. The other 2/3 belong to the tricep. Tricep has 3 heads, bicep, 2 heads. Think of it like that. You want to train this 3-headed monster before you get to the 2-headed monster. Because growth you notice here from the tricep is going to be twice as significant in the same amount of time as it would be for your biceps. When I started placing priority on my triceps, they grew, they became monsters. My arms were just blowing everybody's out of the park. All my buddies, everybody else that was trying to train arms, I was blowing them straight out of the water because I focused on the triceps. All day, they would just get into the weight room, bicep curls, all day, just doing these exercises. Meanwhile, I was out doing overhead extensions, cable press downs, anything to target my tricep. Dips, I just attacked those suckers and arm growth was explosive. Next, one of the most important tips, train your muscles to failure. And then once you get to failure, go beyond that. Once you hit the point where you can just barely get a rep, try and do another one. Try and get a couple of those half reps. Listen, I got this metaphor, and whenever I think about this, it really motivates me to push to failure and beyond failure. So let's say from your very first rep all the way to the point when you hit failure, that's a regular set, okay? I think of it in working type of aspect. So within this regular set, you made regular pay, okay? If you were to perform some repetitions afterwards, that's like your overtime. That's when you're getting paid time and a half. And then in my mind, I'm like, this is when I'm making gains and a half at this point right here. This was nice, but this portion right here, my arm growth is gonna be even more explosive per each and every single rep. Now, is it true? I don't know necessarily if it's pretty much gonna be the same as every other rep, but it's just the fact that it motivates you to push to that point, and then you're gonna be more inclined to wanna get those reps that are just half reps. Pushing the muscle to failure, okay? When you do this, the muscle thinks to itself, it goes, listen, I'm not strong enough and I need to adapt, because that's what the human body does. So it's gonna go, I'm gonna have to adapt to this heavy weight and this higher amount of volume of training. So the only consequence of that, the body's only thing it's gonna be able to do is grow larger and stronger muscle tissue. Use proper form. When you're doing a bicep curl, for example, because this is the one every guy's screwing up, don't swing your body weights to get the weight up. Don't just do it for the numbers. So what if you can curl 50s? So what if you can curl 60s? It does not count if you're using your entire body to swing the goddamn weight up. I personally have no idea how much I can max curl. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that you're properly recruiting strictly the bicep, and you're using only that bicep to contract so you can get the weight up. Who cares about weight? Stop trying to compare to the other guy in the gym. If you want to compare with anybody on anything in the gym, when it comes to a bicep, compare the size of it. Who cares about the strength? Because most of those guys are just swinging on it. Use proper form. I want you to have a nice stable base, no swinging. I also don't want to see any half reps. Half reps, guys that come down to here, you're not going to get full-size biceps if you're not getting that full stretch of the muscle. That stretch of the muscle is incredibly important for training it properly and then for building some incredibly large arms. And this goes for pretty much any exercise too, but it's most prevalent on like a bicep curl or even tricep extensions. Guys will just go, they'll only come down partial way. Well, you're leaving all these gains on the table by not locking it out there at the bottom portion. Or when you're doing a bicep curl and you only stop to here, it makes no sense. Full range of motion. Don't engage and equip other muscle groups to help you lift the weight, okay? Tricep extensions is another one. Guys always, when they're trying to lift heavy weights, because it's just a big ego competition, everybody wants to lift the heaviest weight in the gym, forget that for right now. They're always trying to get, and they can't get the repetition, so what do? They have to roll their shoulders in, and then their shoulders are pressing it down, and then they incorporate their chest. It's not even a tricep exercise at that point. Use strict, solid form. Have somebody spot you. The more strict and solid it is, I'm telling you, the growth, the gains, absolutely insane. Okay, this one has nothing to do with the gym. You need to eat more. If you want to grow bigger arms, you need to be in a calorie surplus. You need to provide your body with the resources to build this muscle tissue. Eat more protein. I want you to eat between 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Start with 1, and if after like 2 or 3 weeks, and there's not much change, then push closer to that 1.5 grams. You need to be eating at a calorie surplus. Find out how many calories your body needs on a daily basis, and then add on an extra 250 to 500 calories every single day. You need to give your body a resource to grow. It needs the protein, it needs the calories, and it needs carbohydrates, your energy for your workouts. Provide your body with these things. And if you're going to do this, you're gonna provide extra resources for you to grow. Don't just go to McDonald's and just grab a Big Mac because it's got like 800 calories, it's gonna cut you some corners. You're gonna get fat. You're going to get fat for the majority of the part. You're gonna be putting on some weight, you're gonna look at the scale and you're gonna go, nice, I'm up 5 pounds. But it was because of all the Big Macs you ate. Do it clean, do it strict, you won't gain too much fat, and you will gain a lot more muscle is what you'll notice too. Because when you're hitting this calorie surplus, you're just filling junk food in there because you think it's just an excuse to eat crap, you're gonna get fat, and there's not gonna be too many of the calories that are gonna be used for building muscle. It's just gonna go to your waistline, because the protein is not equivalent to it. You know what I mean. Eat as clean as you can if you're gonna be having a calorie surplus, so you can avoid getting fat while still growing those guns. Final tip, don't expect this to happen overnight. I have guys that hit me up and say, dude, I've been doing this for a week and I haven't really noticed much change. It will take a little bit longer than that, okay? Expect at least 2 weeks for you to see some significant change, and then expect some change, and then from there, each and every single week, it'll sort of like compound, okay? You might not even notice this because you're looking so closely at your own body. You might be like, man, my arms aren't even growing, my arms aren't even growing, my arms aren't even growing. And then next thing you know, somebody that hasn't seen you for like 2 months goes, dude, your arms have grown so much. Stop obsessing so much with, you know, it's not happening, am I doing this wrong, am I doing this wrong? Have faith in the process, because there's nothing else, okay? Unless you want to do steroids, which I never recommend. Have faith in the process. Do not expect this to happen overnight, but you can expect some significant change in a short period of time if you follow all those rules that I've given you, and you follow them to a T, okay? Don't expect steroid-like results if you are not using steroids. So there you guys go. That's my mega plan, like the blueprint for building some big guns. That's always what I use and I have used whenever I'm trying to seriously increase the size of these suckers. If you guys enjoyed the video, then be sure to give it a like down below, and also be sure to subscribe for weekly workout tips and nutrition tips that you definitely will not want to miss. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. See you in the next video.